Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Spark Creativity Teacher Podcast, a podcast for English teachers in search of creative teaching strategies. Whether you're new around here or you've been listening since the beginning, I'm really glad you're joining me for today's edition of Highly Recommended. This week, I'm sharing an educational concept that has become foundational for me, and I hope it will be really interesting for you too. A few years ago, I read Sarah Fine and Joel Mehta's book, In Search of Deeper Learning. These two researchers spent a year crisscrossing the country, searching out schools, programs, classes where deeper learning was truly taking place behind all the hype, right? A lot of schools, a lot of programs, educational brands talk about how innovative this school is. They went and took a look to find out if it was really innovative, and if it was, where was it innovative? Was it just in one classroom? Was it in one after-school program? Was it in one internship program? They really dug deep. One of the key concepts that stayed with me was an idea they shared from another education writer named David Perkins, who argues that students need to do this thing called playing the whole game at the junior level. Mehta and Fine found that when students played the whole game, a whole lot more deeper learning took place. So, what the heck does that mean? What's playing the game at a junior level? Think about a baseball game full of 6-year-olds. They don't really know how to play, right? They could probably spend years just practicing batting, just practicing throwing, just catching, just doing those skills over and over and over before their games would really be worth watching, before their games would really be meaningful. But then think about why kids sign up for Little League, why they're willing to bat and throw and catch in the first place. They want to be in games. They come to practice, they work on their swing, they work on their fielding, they deal with the mosquitoes and the occasional boredom of waiting to field a ball that a 6-year-old is hitting because there's a game coming on Saturday. And at the game, they're going to wear their cool uniforms, their parents are going to be in the stands, maybe they're going to eat chocolate-covered frozen bananas afterwards with their teammates. Think about whether as many kids would sign up for Little League if their first game was going to be when they turned 18. I bet you're already making the connection to education. When we practice skills with students, it helps a whole lot if they can see why they're practicing those skills. It also helps if they're going to have a chance to put them into action in a way that parallels something they might really do later in the real world. For example, for me, I think about having students podcast. I think about having them put research into like a social media type of carousel like they see every day on social media. I think about having them create a documentary film or put on a theater production. Maybe their work isn't going to be at the quality that it will be at someday if they're professionals in these fields. That's this idea that they're playing the whole game at the junior level. It's not going to be exactly the same. They're not going to have the exact same technology, the exact same budget. They're not going to have fully developed skills yet, right? They're kids, they're students, but they're going to be doing that same work that they would be doing someday at a level that makes sense for them. And that makes a big difference. That's a lot different than just practicing the skills over and over. So today, I highly recommend thinking about how you might build a few more of these game type of opportunities into your curriculum. Or if you're already building units like this, think about how you might use this powerful research to help explain to others why you do what you do. Thanks so much for joining me today to talk about playing the whole game at a junior level in school. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay creative.